Or to push it with another image, 2 men will be in the field, one will be taken and the other left. Now, in the nature of first century farming in Israel, 2 men in a field are likely to be father and son, or conceivably 2 brothers, or something of that order. So very close ties. But one is taken, whether this means taken away in judgment or taken away to be with the Lord, it doesn't really matter. The point is that there is an instantaneous division. One is taken and the other is left. Even though 2 are quite close, one is ready and one is not. And it's not just the men. 2 women will be grinding with a hand mill. They used to have whopping big mills for grinding flour that were pulled by oxen. But in a little hand mill, you'd have a flat stone, another stone on top of it with a stick sticking out, and a hole in the middle. You put your seed down the hole. And then 2 women would squat on either side of this hand mill, and one would pull that handle around 180 degrees, and then the other one on the other side would pull it around her 180 degrees, and then the first one would pull it around 180 degrees, and keep pouring in seed, and gradually the seed would be ground to powder. And in the nature of first century living, almost certainly this would be 2 sisters or a mother and daughter, again, very close, and one is taken, and the other's left behind. What's the point? Verse 42, therefore, keep watch, because you do not know on what day your Lord will come. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what time of night the thief was coming, he would have kept watch and would not have let his house be broken into. So you also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. Now, the point of the analogy of the thief is not to say that Jesus has the ethics of a burglar when he shows up. Like all analogies, there are limitations imposed by the context. The point is that just as a thief's coming is unexpected, so also Christ's coming is unexpected. That's the full nature of the analogy. And that's understandable. I've only been robbed once in my home. I was a university student at the time, and my dad had loaned me a spectacular, handcrafted leather case with straps, and it was cowhide. It was well-tooled. It was impressive. One of these hand pieces which today would cost an arm and a leg. And he had had it a long time, and he let me have it to bring some things back to McGill University where I was studying. And I stored it downstairs in the storage area connected with our little flat. And when I got home that night, we had been robbed. The case hadn't even been locked. The thief could have just opened it, but couldn't be bothered doing so, but had taken some sort of sharp shiv and just slashed it wide open. It was utterly destroyed. No, it was just a case. The things we lost were just material things. But on the other hand, I assure you of this, that if I had known he was coming that night, he would not have got away with it. Whether we would have had just a few of our friends there to welcome him, or phone the police in advance, I'm not sure what we would have done, but I guarantee he wouldn't have got away with it. But the point is, he came when we weren't expecting him. And the lesson to learn at this juncture, Jesus says, is the return of Christ is going to be that surprising, that unexpected. So be ready. Be ready.